What's up guys, Slav Squad here. Today I'm gonna do a little video on how you can change your valve stem seals and valves without using any kind of special tools like I don't know what it's called, but this is basically what it looks like. It's like a C-clamp like this and something like this. If you look on some of the tools, when you can find the special tools online, this is what it basically looks like, except it's more welded together. This is what I did. I put a little double-sided tape, this side not being sticky, just so that I'm not pushing against the valve and like scraping it up. I don't know whether that's a big deal or not, but I just wanted it to be soft and easier to work with. It'd be very helpful if you can clamp the head down to something and then use this, because then you're not trying to balance the head and this. But basically, put the double-sided tape over here. Then I made this. It's just I just cut it to make it shorter. I don't even know, this was off of something. I just unbolted it right here. But basically, you want an opening like this because that's where you're gonna stick the magnet to get the little shims out of there, or the little whatever they're called. But you go like this. You put this down all the way. You put this down right here. If you have a way to like make this stay together as a solid, then that would be very helpful. If you're doing this more often, you can weld it together. These are really cheap. I didn't weld mine, but basically you do that. This part right here is gonna be, or no, like this. This part right here is gonna be pushing against the valve underneath at the bottom of the head, and this is gonna go on the top of the little spring. There's a little plate with the spring, and then there's those little shim things that hold the spring in place. And you basically put that on, compress it, and then once the spring is compressed, you can take a magnet and take those little shims out, and then you can release this slowly. Do it slowly so the spring doesn't spring up and go flying everywhere. And when you release it, you can pull everything out. Let's show you a little example of how I do it real quick. Alright, little trick for you guys. If you don't have a valve spring compressor tool, this is basically what it is like a C-clamp. You push against the valve on this side, and then the tool has like some kind of socket with an opening, and this would be nice to cut this one so it's a lot more room, but it did the trick. You just compress the spring, take out these little shims, and then release. Let's see. That's what that looks like. I'm probably gonna cut it, make it a little shorter. Take that off. Take the spring out. And you can take your valve out. Just like that. Simple. Same process for everything. So now that you guys saw how I did it, I know it's not the most detailed thing. I just pulled this video out of my rebuild for the YZ450. Check out that video, it's pretty awesome, where we get into rebuilding the whole top and bottom, and you'll find a lot more details on the whole build if you're trying to do a whole build, cleaning and everything. But I just pulled this video together. I thought it'd be helpful for some of you guys that didn't have special tools. In my whole rebuild, I had to make my own tools for everything. Besides, I rented a flywheel puller. But yeah, the process to put those little shims back, same thing. Compress the spring, and then you put one of the little shims in there, and then you put the other one in there, and then you slowly release the spring, and make sure that those little shim things actually seat properly. The process to put it back is a lot more difficult than taking it out, because you have to align it, and then those little things are like magnetic or something, so they're always sticking to the screwdriver. I just like put it in there with a little screwdriver and then put the other one in, and it works. I hope it helps some of you guys out there that want to do this yourself and not go and have a shop charge you a bunch to do it. It's a pretty simple process. Anybody can do it on their own. I've seen some people do it some really creative ways with like pushing down with a socket, and that can get very messy, and you can lose those little pieces and you gotta go buy them, and it's a pain in the butt. Just do it this way. It's much simpler. So anyways, hope that added value to some of you guys. If it did, like, subscribe, and share it to anybody else out there that might help them. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next video.